My name's Abigail, and you're listening to Absolutely Me.
All right. Hello, everyone. Wow, it has really been a long time since I've recorded. I have had just the most insane 6 weeks I've had in a really long time. I feel like I can finally kind of relax and chill a little bit, which is why I'm now recording this podcast. And, I'm sorry because I know a few episodes ago, which was like 2.5 months ago at this point, I promised I was going to try and be better at recording these for you guys. And I'm so sorry. I just really keep falling behind, but life is crazy. And I don't know, you guys, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm just going to keep saying that. So if you keep sticking around, I love you. And this really is just a good, fun adventure. So just an update on the last few weeks of my life, I guess. Where do I even begin? So I went to court about a month ago to complete and finalize my divorce. And there's an issue of money being owed to me that hadn't been paid, and that's what's really been dragging this whole thing along, dragging it out, I guess, is that my ex just really refused to pay that money. So it's been a long battle trying to get this all straightened out and completed, but I went to court on October 26th, and about 10 days before court, I got a call from my lawyers saying that they were not going to represent me in court anymore, and didn't really give me a reason why. And to be honest, you guys, it was like one of the worst days I've had in a really, really long time. They called me Friday afternoon at like 3 o'clock, and I thought they were calling to kind of coordinate some stuff for my for the trial date. And they called me and told me they weren't going to represent me anymore. And really, really long story short, I ended up having to represent myself in court and did not have any lawyers there. And it was one of the most empowering and one of the worst things simultaneously I've ever done in my whole life. I ended up winning the case, which was amazing. I am officially divorced now after like 2 years, so it feels really good. And I won some money. So I'm really excited about that. And it was really crazy that I had to represent myself. If you guys want to, hear more about it, DM me. I'm in the middle of a settlement with my lawyers in getting money back from them for being really shitty, to be honest. So I'm working through that. So that's really just been consuming my whole life the past few weeks. And long story short, like I said, it's just been a terrible few weeks, but I'm really excited that that's all done. I'm really excited that Thanksgiving is tomorrow. I'm recording this on Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving really is one of my very favorite holidays. I love food, as you guys have probably picked up on from all of the food updates I give you guys. And I love family, and I just love like being together and doing fun things. And so I love Thanksgiving. I'm really excited. I'm like cooking something for Thanksgiving this year for the first time, I think, ever, which is kind of hilarious that I've never done it before. I've never cooked anything for Thanksgiving before, but it's a really easy thing that I got. I got sweet potato casserole. It's my grandma's recipe. I'm really excited. It's super good. And so I'm hoping that it will go well. And I'm going to make it tomorrow before I go to dinner. And so I'm really excited. And what other updates do I have for you guys? I am still living with my boyfriend. Things are going really, really good. He just bought a really fun car over the weekend. He bought a Miata. And so we've just been spending a lot of time driving around the last few days, which has been really fun. And he's super happy, and it's fun. Just like I'm really learning to like being a passenger princess. I used to really like not like it very much, but you know, now that I'm in a relationship and my boyfriend really, really likes driving, like more than I do, which is surprising. It's kind of fun being driven around, and I've kind of like surrendered to being a passenger, and it's been really nice. And I occasionally have a little bit of road rage, so it's nice when my boyfriend can drive and I'm not the one being angry on the streets. It's saving my anxiety, and according to my boyfriend, it's saving a lot of other people's lives. So you're welcome, world and drivers of Utah, because I'm really doing you all a favor. I've got with me a little drink per usual. My voice is a little dry. My throat's a little dry, so sorry if my voice sounds a little funky. But I wanted to go through and finally answer all of the questions that you guys sent me like weeks and weeks ago. Luckily, I saved them on an app, so I still have access to all of them. And I'm just going to go through and kind of do rapid fire answers. And, you know, you guys are going to be so excited when this episode comes out on Friday, because I'm not even going to tell people. I'm just going to drop it and announce it when it comes out. So I'm really excited. And something that I should say too is a lot of these things that were submitted were like statements, and made me feel really good about myself. So I just want you guys to know that I love you all, and thank you for the nice things you said to me. The first one was kind of like a statement, but kind of like, I don't know, it said, "My friends really like you." And like, that's really cool that your friends really like me. I don't know who this is. I feel like this is one of my siblings that submitted this, and if it is, I'm glad your friends like me, and you're welcome for having a super cool older sister. If it's not one of my siblings, I think, I don't know, just, I'm glad your friends like me. Do you like me, hopefully, as well as your friends? I don't know. Hopefully. The first real question is, who do you miss? And this is one I've been thinking about for a while, since I got this question, actually, because it didn't like throw me off, but it did feel like something I had to really contemplate. And somebody that I've really been missing is a lot of people in my family, and my extended family specifically. The last few years on my extended families has been pretty hard. There's been a lot of stuff that's been going on in my extended families, and there's been a lot of opportunities for us to really come together and be really close to one another. And so I miss a lot of my family members and being with them, you know, people who live far away from here. And I really miss being able to spend time with them and to laugh with them and to catch up with them. And I'm really excited for these holidays and this holiday season, because I do get to spend quite a bit of time with family. And so I'm really excited for that. I've really been missing a lot of my family lately. And I had a cousin who passed away last year in August of last year, and I've really been missing him. I've been thinking a lot about him actually lately, and really been feeling a lot of his presence in my life. My boyfriend and him, I tell my boyfriend all the time that him and my cousin would have been like best friends, because they just have so much in common. Like, and their attitude about life is really similar, and they're very much interested in the same things. They're both car guys, My cousin was a really into cars. He would like buy cars all the time and resell them, and he was really into technology, and he would buy things and buy iPhones or iPads or whatever, and he would like restore them, and then he would sell them and like make a little profit. He was very entrepreneur minded, and he would always tell me about how he was trying to get into these like investment groups, or trying to find some sort of business mentor that he could work with to, you know, develop his own business. He, you know, was trying all these businesses on his own. He was really interested in like having a lot of different kind of jobs and like figuring out what he loved. And he was really good at it, and he was really good at stocks. And he was like my financial advisor, and I would like message him about which stocks I should buy. And he would tell me, and my boyfriend now is that way for me. He like tells me which stocks I should be buying, and I like joke that he's like my financial planner, because he like listens to all these YouTube videos every day, listens to like hours of YouTube every day about stocks, and like really is interested in that. And like I said, they're both car guys, and my boyfriend has his own startup business and is really, you know, working really hard on that. And so I just have been missing my cousin Mason a lot, because my boyfriend Mitch really has a lot of that same energy. And so it's a bittersweet thing for sure. I also have some friends that I went to SUU with when I first graduated from high school that I feel like live away from me, and were like in my sorority with me, and our friendships are really great, and they kind of like ebb and flow, but they're like amazing people, and I just like miss them. And I don't know, there's a lot of people I feel like I miss. That was kind of a long answer, but hopefully that answered your question for you. The next statement question is, you don't know this, but I have a crush on you. And I just want to know, like, why people feel the need to confess this now that I'm in a relationship and very happy, and like long term don't see being single ever again, to be honest. So I don't know. I'm sorry, but you should have shot your shot when you had the chance. The next question, which I just think is hilarious, is, are you looking to date anybody? And yeah, I'm looking to date my boyfriend, and that's really it. Some of these questions, I'm like, do you even follow me or like actually know what's going on in my life? I don't know. Made me laugh really hard. The next one says, just wanted to remind you how awesome you are. And this is one of the things that just, you know, made my heart really happy. And I'm grateful for you, whoever sent this. And I'm sure you're amazing too. The next question is, who is your ex? And I'll just say, you know, I've mentioned him on the podcast before, and I don't really know. I mean, I guess I'll just tell you. His name is Justin Tuia. If you see him on a dating app, I suppose, or on social media or whatever, I would just run for the hills, warn everyone in your lives. I don't know. You know, I've talked about him. He's not a great person. He's not somebody you want to have in your life. So, take that as you will. The next question is, can we be besties? And my answer to that is absolutely. My boyfriend was just joking with me before he left to go run some errands that I am really good at making friends with random people. And, you know, I do like making friends. I like having friends. I like having connections. So absolutely, I want to be your friend. DM me. Okay. The next question is, you, with just the you, like anyone, RN, which means right now, for those who don't know slang. I don't know who's listening to this podcast that wouldn't know what RN means, but I do like somebody. His name is Mitchell Jorgensen. He's my boyfriend, and we're in love. So, super fun. The next question I got was another really good question. It says, biggest advice for your 20s. And I've been thinking about this question a lot too, because I'm only 26. I'm going to be 27 next month. And I feel like I'm still in my 20s, and I want to just believe that I'm closer to being 20 than I am to being 30. But I think my biggest advice for people in their 20s is to just like do as many things as you possibly can. Honestly, like some of the biggest regrets that I have in my life are not doing more things, because I had an opportunity a few years ago to go teach English in Lithuania with my friend Lindsay, and I got accepted in the program to do it, and I just decided not to go and decided to stay home and do a class in summer school instead. And that is seriously one of my biggest regrets, because that whole summer she had such a good time. You know, she made some good friends. She went around and she traveled to all these places and just had such a blast. And I really, really wish I would have just gone for it. I've never done like a study abroad or anything like that. I went on a mission. I just went to DC, and going on a mission is a lot different than doing a study abroad, because you can really like immerse yourself in the culture when you're doing a study abroad. It's not so like focused on you trying to convert other people to your religion. It's not focused on that at all. So you can really like hang out, get to know people for real, not just as a missionary trying to convert them. And you can love people, and you can like go hang out at the club or go shopping or eat at whatever places you want, like make friends, like go to movies, you know, whatever you want to do. And so I really wish I would have done something like that. I had a few older cousins on both sides of my family that did studies abroad and like really loved it, and they were hard, but like they really loved it. And I really, really wish I would have done something like that. So that would be a big advice. I would say another thing is like in addition to like living in the moment and like having as many experiences as you can, I would say also start thinking about your future, especially financially. I think I wish I would have been told earlier on to like start investing in my retirement and investing in stocks and like opening a Roth IRA and just putting like $100 a month into a Roth IRA starting from when I was like 18 or 19 or 20 even. I just started doing that this year, and I'm like putting in like large amounts of money to kind of play catch up. And even like saving money, I think just I wish I would have learned how to budget money sooner, and I wish I would have learned how to manage my finances, just because now that I'm 26, I'm like now learning how to do that, and I'm like now sticking to a budget, and I'm like now doing all these things. And I wish I would have gotten a handle on that when I didn't have as many responsibilities when I was younger. So that's a big thing I would say. I think also just like make as many friends as you can, and just really like value connection, and just know like your friends and your family are like a really gonna be such an integral part of your life. And like don't worry so much about dating, but like really worry on developing solid relationships with your family and with your friends and people you know are always going to be there. And then my biggest piece of advice is to love yourself and to take care of yourself. And I heard the other day on Instagram like that you are supposed to be the greatest love of your life. You yourself are the biggest love of your life. And I just love that. I really wish I would have learned how to love myself earlier, because I just in the past few years have done that more, and I'm still not very good at it, but I just wish I would have, you know, loved myself more, stopped comparing myself to other people, gone to therapy sooner if I could have, learned about myself, learned about what my interests are, learned how to put myself first. And not necessarily in a selfish way, but kind of in a selfish way, because you kind of have to be selfish in your life and just like go for what I want, and like don't let people's opinions of me or people's thoughts or other people's life dictate what I wanted to do and who I am, how I looked at myself, how much I love myself. Yeah, that's just my biggest advice, is to learn how to love yourself. All right, next question. If I keep answering them like this, I'm going to be talking forever. So we got to go for a little bit. Okay, the next question is, what is your favorite music lately? And, you know, I'm a huge Swiftie. I'm an unapologetic Swiftie. So I've been listening to 1989 Taylor's version, like, on repeat, obviously. But I've also been listening to some other things. I've been listening to Offset. I heard him on a podcast, and I, like, have been listening to Offset, and like kind of I've always kind of really liked rap. I like old school hip hop, but I've kind of been getting into like newer stuff and like chiller music, newer hip hop. I have been listening to Tate McRae. I know that that's not like groundbreaking or anything, but I didn't really listen to them before, and I've been trying to develop a playlist with the greatest songs, masterpieces in my opinion of all time. And so when I have that completed, I'll let you guys know. But I really like listening to everything. Like Blink-182, Queen, and Taylor Swift are my favorite artists. And which is so like random, but I listen to everything. And I know people say that, but like I really have been listening to everything. So hit me up if you want some music suggestions, because I feel like I've got some bangers. Okay, next. Bagels or muffins? And this is a really hard thing for me because I love them both so much, but I really think I'm going to have to go with muffins because bagels are really, really good. And like I've had good bagels, but I've never had a bagel that's like knocked me out of the park like I've had muffins that have knocked me out of the park. And bagels are like, there's only so much you can do with bagels. I feel like muffins are endless, so I'm gonna pick muffins, but I'm not giving up either of them. And the next question, how much harder is it being an adult than you thought it would be at 15 years old? And like, in a lot of ways, being an adult is so much harder than I thought it would be than when I was 15. But then also in a lot of ways, it's so much better than I thought it was going to be when I was 15. I think financially, I didn't realize like how hard it would be. And especially like being an adult now in this economy, whatever, it really is hard. Like that's why I think my advice for being in your 20s is just like getting your financial shit together as soon as you can. Also just like being lonely is something I didn't expect as an adult. And when you're in high school, when you're in junior high, when you're in school, like you're surrounded by friends all day, every day. Like you're surrounded by people, you're at school. You know, when you're an adult, it's just, you have to really make an effort to have socialization in your life. And so that's hard. I think like living on my own has not been hard. I think cooking for myself, and not even like cooking for myself, but just deciding what to eat for dinner has been hard. Yeah, so there's a lot of really good things about being an adult too. And the next one is, you busy this weekend? And yeah, I am actually. I mean, Thanksgiving is tomorrow, so I'm really excited about that. I'm going to be hanging out with my boyfriend like usual. We always have fun on the weekends, just doing whatever the heck we want to do. And on Saturday, I'm going to a girls' night, which I'm really excited about, at my best friend's house. So this weekend's going to be fun. Next question. If you had a movie night, would you want to go to the theater or snuggle up on the couch? And I really love going to the movies. I really, really love going to the movies. It's been a minute since, I mean, I saw Barbie and Oppenheimer this summer, and those were like pretty fantastic, obviously. Sorry guys, I'm yawning. Those were like really good, but it's been a while since, other than that I'd like been to the movies and been like, wow, that was an amazing movie. So lately I have rather been at home watching movies, but if there were like actually like really good movies coming out, I would want to go see them. But if you have movie recommendations for me to go out and see, let me know. Next, what is the worst advice you've ever been given? And I don't know if this is necessarily advice, but I would say that being so kind to everybody and being kind of a people pleaser and kind of having that ingrained into me a little bit would probably be the worst advice that I've been given. And what's the best advice you've ever received? That's such a good question too. I think a lot of the best advice I've ever received has been anchored around loving myself. So just anything in that area, like tips on self-care or getting over my perfectionism. Like I don't really have one specific thing I feel like I could list and say that's the best advice, but just anything around self-love and like loving myself and being, like I said, the greatest love of my life would probably be the best advice I've ever been given. Okay, the next question is, was the best day so far this year? And that's such a hard answer because I really feel like this has been the greatest year of my whole life. So I don't know. I think some really good days that I can remember, I would say like my boyfriend and I at the beginning of this year told each other that we loved each other. And that was a pretty incredible day because I just thought I was in love before and I wasn't, for real. And so like actually like learning to fall in love for real and like being in love, I think that was the greatest day that's what comes to mind. Next question, what do you look forward to this winter, spring, summer, and finally in the next 2 years? Wow. What do I look forward to over the winter, spring, summer? I would say for this winter, I'm really excited I have some fun family things. Like I love the holidays. Like I said, I'm really excited to spend time with my family. I'm really excited. We have like a ski trip planned in January to go to. My job has some cool things that we're doing. Like the legislative session in Utah is going to start in January. So I'm kind of excited about that and like to be more involved with that. In the spring and summer, I mean, I'm just excited to see where my life is at in the next 6 months. I feel like I've got a lot of really good things going on right now and a lot of good momentum. And I'm just looking forward to seeing that momentum like play out. With some of the money that I won in the divorce case, I'm really wanting to like plan a really fun trip somewhere, probably for the like end of winter, maybe, I don't know, sometime next year that I would really like be excited to go for. So I'm excited about that. And then in the next 2 years, what I'm excited about, I don't know, I think like in the next 2 years, I mean, I'll be 20, getting ready to turn 29 in the next 2 years. And I'm actually like in the process right now of writing down like my 5-year goals or my next few year goals. And I feel like in the next 2 years, I'm going to be able to purchase some property, a house or a condo, you know, a townhome, whatever that is. And I'm really excited about that. I'm excited about being able to like save towards my future. I'm excited about working like towards having a family. And, you know, maybe in the next few years doing that. I'm really excited about like my relationship with my friends and just like continuing developing that. I'm trying to get into some hobbies and things that hopefully can flourish. I'm excited to see what will happen with this podcast too. There's a lot of things. That's a great question. Next question is fave book right now. I'm rereading Hunger Games. And I love Hunger Games. One of the things I'm trying to get into is, and depending on how old you are, one of the things I'm trying to get back into is reading. And I started a book club with my friends to like convince myself to read more. And I just finished Fourth Wing, and I'm now listening to Iron Flame. And if you are like old enough to be listening to more spicy books or reading more spicy books, I would absolutely recommend Fourth Wing. It was kind of like reading Hunger Games and Divergent all over again. And just like that way that I remember feeling when I was reading when I was younger, where I just like loved it and could not get enough. So that's what I would say. The next question is, do you ever think about the ability to teleport? And yeah, I do all the time. I wish I could just like teleport to my place wherever I want to go at any time. I would love to just be able to teleport to like New York for the day or DC for the day or something, or, you know, to Europe for the day. So yeah, I do actually think about that. Okay, the next question is, lucky to have you by my side, which again is more of a statement, but I love it. And, you know, whoever you are, I love you so much. Next question, what friend do you think supports you the most? And this is hard because I have a lot of really incredible friends, but I'm going to have to say, you know, my best friend Riley is really the friend who I go to the most with things and who like knows literally everything about me. So in a biased way, I'm gonna have to say Riley, but closely followed by like all of my other friends. I have amazing friends. Next question. People saying you're single. Is it true? No. No, it's not. I have a boyfriend. We live together. He's amazing. So, no, I'm very much not single and not looking to be single or looking to fraternize at all. Okay, next, who's your last Instagram search? I gotta go to my Instagram because I have no idea. Let's see. This is actually really funny. My last Instagram search is Jessica Batten from Love is Blind. I watched Love is Blind and I'm a little obsessed, and I just like rewatched the first season recently because I just like got done watching it this week. So the last person I looked up was Jessica Batten from Love is Blind from the first season. That's so funny. Okay. Next question. How is your week going? It's going pretty good. I feel like it's been kind of a crazy week getting ready to go into Thanksgiving. And so I've been really excited about Thanksgiving, having tomorrow off. Work was like really crazy today, the last few days. And I've been a little melancholy just like since it's been getting dark outside so early. So, but I'm feeling really happy today. I'm like feeling really good. I'm really excited, like I said, about Thanksgiving. So overall, very positive. The next question. Please set me up with your friend with like 5 Ds. So, I'll gladly set you up with my friend if you tell me who they are. I do have some really cool and amazing single friends. So, hit me up. I'll set you guys up on a date. Next, please be my friend. I really like you. And again, this is so nice and I love having friends. So just DM me and we can be best friends. I promise. I love people and I love everyone. So just DM me. Okay, next, let's go out soon. And if this is on a date, no, sorry. But if this is just to hang out, like absolutely. Again, DM me. Oh, next, who do you have a crush on? And this is so funny because so many of these questions. My boyfriend, Mitchell Jorgensen, that's who I have a crush on. Who are you texting lately is the next one. And I really don't text that much, you guys. I text my best friend. I text like my friend group. I text my family. And that's really it. I text my therapist. Okay, and then this is the last question. So I'm sorry, I feel like we flew through these. Somebody else asked me what my weekend plans are. That would really be the last question, but I already answered that. So this is the real final question. I was told people are crushing on you, ... And that's cool. I mean, I know I'm hot, so like it makes sense. I'm just kidding. I am sorry that you're crushing on me and I'm unavailable. That's all I have to say.
Sadly, we have come to the end of our episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and continuing to support me and love me and listening to these episodes. And I hope you have the best Thanksgiving ever. And I just think you are all amazing, and I'm so grateful for you. And I don't know how I got so lucky to have you all listening in on my life. And happy Thanksgiving, y'all. I love you. Thanks for listening to another episode of Absolutely Me. Thank you to everyone who helped make this possible. Shout out to Tanner Johnson for the amazing intro. And don't forget to subscribe, rate, review, tell all your friends. And we'll be back next Friday with another episode. Love you. Bye.